It's Madden NFL 22 on EA Sports, and we've got the latest chapter of a historic rivalry. It's the Bears and the Packers on Monday Night Prime Time.
There's a look at one of the most iconic sports venues in the lower 48. Built back in 1957 under the title of City Stadium. We are at Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. No team means more to a city than the Packers to Green Bay. And this was the scene a few moments ago as the green and gold made their way out of the historic tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with the Chicago Bears. Welcome again, one and all. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Brandon Gaunt on hand alongside Charles Davis. And yes, the storyline here, the weather. Snow and more of it expected as this game continues. So how will that impact how this one goes?
Can these teams ignore the distraction and the strangeness of playing in a snow game? Because it actually affects the crowd as well. That big roar you get is often muffled when there's a snow game. And the second part, what's the footwear you got on? Does that fit the turf you're playing on? And how will it handle as things get a little bit slick?
No two NFL teams have played more often than the Bears and Packers, and we're underway from Lambeau. Now the return. Here comes Randall Cobb.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Now we get a look at Aaron Rodgers as he gets set to lead this Green Bay Packer offense. Rodgers now in his 17th season in the league, and of course, coming off the MVP trophy.
I think Aaron Rodgers is one of the poster boys for persistence and belief in self. Because coming out of high school, he had 0 scholarship offers in the D1 level. Went to a junior college, went to Cal, and just blew up there. And then, of course, there's a first-round draft pick, but a lot lower than what he expected in the first round, and then had to sit behind Brett Favre for a few years in Green Bay before getting his shot. Now he's probably one of the better quarterbacks that we've seen come down the pipe.
Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
From just shy of midfield, Rodgers. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 38-yard line. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. Now a first down carry by Jones. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down. And another nice catch there for a first down by Devontae Adams. That's something we're quite familiar with. Last year, the NFL leader in touchdown catches with 18, tied for second in receptions, 5th in receiving yards, added all up, arguably the top receiver in the NFL.
Now a play fake. Rodgers. He hits Adams complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. And now we're going to get a stoppage as, yeah, that looks like Jackson who's shaken up. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal. To throw, it's Rodgers. Touchdown! It's complete. It's Devontae Adams hauling it in from Aaron Rodgers. And the Packers take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. Personally, for him, a great opening drive. He had 3 catches, including the touchdown.
That felt like tremendous scouting, great film watching, and creating a game plan to start this off, not only to get him involved, but to send a message to the defense, you can have a lot to handle in this one.
On is Mason Crosby for the point after. And he clanks it off the right upright, and it's no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
And the Bears offense making their way out now for their first drive with Justin Fields, the rookie from Ohio State, at quarterback.
And just a few years after the Bears made a big move at quarterback, taking Mitchell Trubisky, they did it again this year, moving from number 20 to number 11 in the draft to select Justin Fields out of Ohio State. This offense was just 26 in total yardage last year, so they needed some production. Justin Fields, 63 touchdown passes his last 2 years at Ohio State. They're expecting him to be their guy for the future.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Back to the air, Fields on second down.
It's caught on the right side, Williams. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Again, only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
To throw is Fields.
Gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. And he'll send this one into the cold Lambeau night. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game, because sometimes you start a game with your script to try and get information out of the opposing defense. How will they play you in certain situations? Sometimes you script to attack, and that's what I'm seeing so far.
6-0 our score after 1. Back for the second quarter in Green Bay. It's the Packers in possession of the football. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. As they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Another 1st down, this time on a gain of 19. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs. On play action, Rodgers.
That is caught. It's the tight end, Tunyon.
And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out.
Boy, how about the speed with which his offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
Now Jones. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. So that run gets them about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try to put it in.
Got a man open. It's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay. Devontae Adams with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Packers add 6 to their lead.
It's not much is perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8-ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
So now Rodgers will lead the Packers up to go for 2. Off the option, it's Jones. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. They go with the option on the 2-point try, and the decision to pitch it worked out.
Almost felt like basketball, didn't it? Remember the dribbler, draw, drive, and dish? How about that one? Drew everyone to him, dished it to the running back. He takes it in.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. On the return, it's Tariq Cohen. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
23 yards on the play. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0.
Brandon, there have been some memorable snow games for championships in the NFL. 1948, Philadelphia Eagles, Chicago Cardinals.
Well, the most famous one in my lifetime, I think, is got to be 01, right? Raiders, Patriots, to send the Patriots to the Super Bowl.
You took roll, didn't you? Yeah, I think that's one people remember. But I also know this. In Miami, the infamous one, the snowplow game in New England, when they went out there and the Patriots had a guy come out and clear a spot on the field for their field goal kicker to kick the game winner.
Is that 82?
That was 82, and the Dolphins fans will never forget it.
Well, we're not seeing one of those famous games here, but it's fun to be in the snow nonetheless. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. Gets by him, and now a little daylight. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. The Bears on the move. They've got another first down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Fields on first down. And incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Again, Fields. Deep ball for Goodwin. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Chicago. Marquise Goodwin. 44 yards. And the Bears draw a bit closer. He put quite a bit of air underneath that touchdown pass. Of course, we knew that he had the strong arm.
That part was easy. You could see that throughout his college career. But what you want to know about a rookie is when the pressure's on, can you throw with touch? He just did right there. And, boy, it was pretty.
Now, I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Now, here's the call. So that challenge, a successful one. Touchdown Bears! Marquise Goodwin, from 4 yards out. And the Bears have cut it to within a score. The touchdown all set up by the big play one snap before, but they finish it off here with a shorter completion, this time for the score.
I like how they stuck with what got them there, right? The big pass play. Got the momentum going, right? You create it with a play like that, and you come right back with another pass play to finalize things off.
Cairo Santos on to try the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and the end result is a Bears touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
Marching back onto the field now, Devontae Adams and company getting set to go. And his 2 touchdowns, a big reason they're winning right now.
So meaningful when you score and it's got your team out there in front. Changes the complexion of everything you're doing. It's one thing to score, garbage time, but these count. This is a big deal, and he's making those types of plays, and I think they'll keep finding ways to get it to him.
I was just going to say probably going to go back to him. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. We'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
A good gain on first, has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. And he's just going to get rid of this thing to no one here. He throws it away, and now it's third. Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now, and that's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
Out of the backfield, this is Aaron Jones. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And it's complete to Adams. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Off the option, it's Jones. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. Aaron Jones, fine work there on the touchdown run. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get them over the goal line.
Now Crosby for the point after. And oh, he clanks it off the right upright, and it's no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Here's Cohen now to return. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Bears going to get one more possession in this first half. And they really won't have much time to work with. Just 19 seconds showing on the clock. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll work this back to right around the line of scrimmage and surrender there. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he will perhaps get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And time has run out on this first half. So we're at halftime here at Lambeau with the Packers taking the lead to the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. We got an excellent first half from the former MVP, Mr. Aaron Rodgers. First order of business, though. Let's get a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for Chicago. And they didn't get a whole lot accomplished through the air in those first 2 quarters of play. They'll need to up their game if they want to rally all the way back. Meanwhile, for the Packers, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half. These two teams going through their final adjustments. It's about time for the second half in Green Bay. So for the call, we go back up to Lambeau and Brandon Gott.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Crosby on now to kick it away. Here's Cohen now to return. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter.
And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
And he will fight his way forward to about the 23-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Here's Fields. This one swung out to Williams.
Broke a tackle, but not much room there. Just up past the 25, no further. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Fields now to throw.
And this is going to be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 13 yards the tally on the return there. And out will come the offense as they take over. So here are the Packers now. They get set for their first possession of half number 2. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really looked clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Well, we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
Well, these Packers and these Packer fans really thrive in the cold temperatures here at Lambeau. And their guys have the lead here with a 1st and 10.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
On first down, Rodgers. It's caught here by Adams. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Well, again, plenty of time to sit in the pocket and deliver the football. While the offensive linemen, they may be nameless and faceless to a lot of people, they certainly aren't to their teammates who are the skill position guys. They appreciate the heck out of them, and they're capitalizing.
And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9. Is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Lambeau. It's Packer football here as they've got the lead as well to begin the fourth quarter. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Again, it's Jones. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
And he will not be able to get the first as he can get this only down to the 5. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Devin Funchess there to make the grab. And the Packers have put this one to bed here in the fourth quarter.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop them on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over.
And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the fourth. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Chicago offense set to get started. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Fields. The connection made. It's Graham. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Now it's Fields. And left side here, it's Graham. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. They snap it to Fields. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. On 1st and 10, here's Fields. Now the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
On 1st down, it's Fields. Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. There's a Darius Smith there getting in and bringing him to the ground.
It's caught outright by Graham. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd.
Back to throw. Fields
trying to lay one up deep. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5.
Defensively, anytime they were in zone coverage as a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Now he's flushed out. Now look out. Rodgers lost the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Rodgers throwing here.
This one swung out here to Jones.
And it's a Packers touchdown. Aaron Jones. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Packers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, it doesn't matter where you put him, lined up in the backfield or split out like he was there. He can be a weapon when he gets that ball in his hands.
Yeah, and this just looked like a simple, ordinary play to start, but boy, did things change. Once he got free, it was off to the races, and once he hit high gear, there's absolutely no one who was going to stop him.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the catch on the next-gen stats.
Extra point try now for Crosby. So he missed his first 2, but this time it's good, and that'll extend the lead. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense.
They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them.
Now a first down throw. Fields able to complete it to Montgomery. And not a whole lot there. Maybe 3 yards on first down.
Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Throwing again on second down.
Fields.
It's caught on the right side. Williams. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
To the air again, Fields.
They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down. So it's all over. Green Bay victory. It was their defense already doing the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.